welcome guys back to another episode of Paragone podcast with me and Roman. Today we're gonna mix it up, and it's just another really short stream, or not stream, sorry, another short video podcast with just me and him.
And that streamer mindset, I know.
I know, we're in a streamer mindset. Sorry, but so today's topics, we're gonna be first talking about Monster Hunter, and a little bit more about Monster Hunter, and about like what kind of monsters we would see, or we would want to see. Roman mainly would want to see in Monster Hunter World. So Roman, if you would kick it off.
Yeah, some monsters I just want to, because they've already brought back Brachydios, Rajang, some of the monsters from the older games. But I think one monster I think that'd be very unique is the I just had the name of it.
maybe it was a good idea to have it up on the screen.
It probably would have been a good idea, but even like some of the subspecies, like a Stygian Zinogre, which is pretty much just a dragon version of the Zinogre.
Ooh,
I'll just bring back a lot of the subspecies. I think that'd be really cool and like a nice addition to the game. Or the Sujigios, which is pretty much like the Odogaron, but there's just blades all over him, and all of his attacks make you bleed.
Oh, okay. No, that sounds annoying.
Gormagala actually was the one I was thinking. Gormagala, and then he is I guess he's technically just a regular monster, but then he has like an elder dragon form, which like he's like a black or regular dragon, but then once he goes to elder dragon, he sheds like the black, and then he turns into like a golden I can't remember the name. It's not Gormagala anymore, but it's like golden Gormagala, I guess.
Basically, he was all dirty,
way harder,
and he just crusted off.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just shedding his skin, but way harder, way faster. It looks super fucking cool. But I think that'd be a nice addition into Monster Hunter, especially like with the way they could like pull it into the story. I really want to see Legiocris, which is kind of like a giant lizard serpent type thing, because he's mostly in the water, but I don't know how they'd bring it back because there's not really too many water areas. But I think they could bring back Agonactor, which is just the same thing as Legiocris, but it just goes inside the lava, and it can shoot like a lava laser beam just across the map.
Oh, that's great. Can you dodge that? Or
you can Superman dodge everything, but it just moves really fast, and it'd be interesting monster to fight in the lava area that we have in Monster Hunter.
Yeah, because we already have the Labiasloth. Yeah,
which is useless, and then we have
it's good for gem farming.
yeah, it is. Not really too many monsters that are like cool, like, or like, I don't know, like nice to fight. I guess like Brachydios or a I'm really trying to think of it. Like, I'm really like stunned like on the amount of monsters you can find in the Elder Recess, but that's about it, because that's the only lava area I can think of.
What about like small creatures? You know how like they have like the Jagras and all those little guys, right? Like what is it, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, right? You first start off with like fighting the those little tiny raptors. I can't remember the name of them, but yeah, the little tiny raptors are just like, they're so cute, and then they're just so annoying.
Oh yeah, no, those always gave me the most trouble actually when I first started playing Monster Hunter 3. Monster Hunter Tri. And actually I stopped playing the game because I couldn't beat I can't remember. I think it's not called, it might be called like the Great Jaggy. But I just remember I did not understand like Monster Hunter and like dodging and waiting for him, your opening to attack.
Yeah.
But I remember like if you could bring those like some of those monsters and against some of his like subspecies into the game just to kind of spice things up a bit, because right now the game's kind of devolving into like mixed sets aren't really a thing anymore. You like mix up like one or two pieces, but other than that it's all about your charms and all the decorations, because the decorations like are fucking like what you can, like a 1-4 slot can hold like, I don't know, sharpness 2 and then like expert like 3.
Yeah, you have a half skill set for those level 4 jewels,
which is cool and all, but like I think like their workaround in my head was layered armor sets that way, because like the reason why I didn't use like mixed armor sets back in the day is just purely because it just looked ugly to me, but like layered armor just got rid of that.
Yeah. Like, because when we were like first playing on like PS4, at least for me, since I was new to Monster Hunter for Monster Hunter World, right? Just like mixing armor sets, just like, oh, it's like I want to look cool, right? And I also want to kick ass at the same time, but I couldn't because I had to do that and mixing around. It felt wrong, and it's like, we did this in like Destiny, right? Where it's basically we had like mixed armor, it had different stat rolls and everything. Same thing in Monster Hunter, right?
Except when you got to Destiny 2, though, I grinded out that the Crucible armor.
Yeah, because they had ornaments, right? It was the same thing as like layered armor. But the thing was, is like for Destiny, is like you could change your shader around, like the whole thing changes with it, and it kind of works, kind of doesn't sometimes. But I mean, it's like, if I'm glad that they incorporated a lot more layered armor sets for Monster Hunter World now. Hopefully they keep doing that.
Just the amount of monsters they have to choose from going back from each game is just so they have such a wide variety to choose from. But I think Gore Magala would be like the next like big move for them, at least like a main like storyline like Elder Dragon, like what they did with not Namiel,
the Rajang, or
no when you're doing like the Iceborne story, not Valkiana.
Oh, you're talking about Shara.
No, not Sharisvala. The main.
The
ice.
Yeah,
is it Valkiana?
Valkana, yeah.
Valkana. I always get Valkiana and Valkana mixed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could like do that with the Valkana, and then like your big like hidden Elder Dragon instead of Ishvaldo would probably be like Lo-Shun or Lao-Shun.
And what are those?
Lao-Shun is just a giant. It's kind of like doing a Zoro Magnaros fight, but like you're the one constantly doing damage. You're not like relying on traps and stuff like that. There's a lot of things. Elder Dragon.
Elder Dragon.
Yeah. They have a huge pool of like Elder Dragons they can pull from.
Like that big sand one in the opening of Monster Hunter.
Yeah. Gen Moran. And then they could also pick up what's his name?
Because that thing is massive.
Oh yeah, and they need to bring back Elatrion. Elatrion's like one of like the best Elder Dragons in my opinion, and one of like the coolest looking ones and the coolest like functioning ones. Like when it's in the air, it uses ice and wind, and when it's on the ground, it uses fire and no. What's in the air, it uses lightning and ice, and when it's on the ground, it uses fire and dragon.
Oh,
it was just such a cool looking monster, and all the weapons for it look super fucking cool. But yeah, those are just some of the monsters like I'd want to like really see back. I think top of my list would probably be Elatrion, then Gore Magala, and then all the subspecies. Then after that, you can just bring back whatever, and then create like new monsters. Because like I don't know, I think the Monster Hunter, a lot of people complain, like especially the Destiny community, about bringing stuff from the old game and bringing it into like Destiny 2. But I think the Monster Hunter community would be like, yeah, sure, bring everything back. We don't care. Like they'd welcome it.
Yeah, it's because just being able to hunt essentially everything back again, right? Is nice. I mean, it's like kind of like how in Destiny, like we would like to have all the raids back, right? In current Destiny 2, right? That would be great. But yeah, I think hunting monsters, right? In like Monster Hunter, what makes it so different compared to like Destiny and like other like looter type games, right? RPGs or MMOs is like the monster patterns. Yeah, they're always like they'll do the same pattern, right? But like sometimes you don't expect it because it'll always kind of be like a random attack, or it'll go into a certain section and then your fight will be different, right? There'll be an extra ledge or something like that you can go into, or you can lure it this way or something like that, right?
Oh, also I want to see more collabs, because the last collab was either Leshen.
Yeah.
Before that was Behemoth, and I think before that was
Leshen from The Witcher 3.
And then Behemoth from Final Fantasy. And then Dante from the
Devil May Cry.
I was gonna say Dante's Inferno, but that's a totally different game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd want to see like some more collabs. They didn't do any. I don't think they've done any collabs so far with Iceborne. But I think it'd be cool for them to again just do more collabs. They're always good at that stuff, and they're always good at balancing and making those
I mean, they did the Resident Evil collab, but there wasn't really a monster tied to it or anything like that.
Oh yeah.
But there was just like you could get like the RPD, skins and stuff like that, right, for the characters, or like you can have your tofu charm, which best thing in the game. You may disagree, but it's the cutest little shit, I swear.
There's better charms out there to hang on.
It's got a beret, right, and it's got a knife holding it. And it talks when you like bring out your weapon. I think it's fun. It's a cute addition, if anything.
Again, I'll always stick to dual blades, keeping it nice and simple, making it look good. There's still some dual blades I need to farm out, but I'm just getting lazy. I've been just playing other games.
Yeah, that's all good.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, Monster Hunter's like always like one just to fall back. I mean, fuck it. Just because you gave me Monster Hunter 3, you saw me before we started recording. It's like, fuck, like, I want to play this now.
Back then, yeah, when we first started recording.
I'm gonna ask Kuro like how he streamed it, and I'm thinking I might go back and do like some old school like Monster Hunter 3, Monster Hunter like 4 Ultimate streams. I mean, you just got 4 Ultimate, so I'm down to grind that game with you.
Yeah,
that game's a grind, by the way.
Yeah, we would just both need to like figure out like how to stream it.
Oh
yeah, because I know it's possible. It's just there's a work around it that you have to go through with it.
Oh yeah, well, because they're not built to fucking be streamed.
No,
which kind of sucks, but
yeah,
like what can you do? And plus the graphics are not going to be that good.
No, of course not. We're playing on a DS, for fuck's sake. What was your first, by chance? What was your first DS?
I had the original DS, and I had a Kirby. I had some Kirby game for it.
I had same. Mine was the original.
My sister had Super Mario. Whatever one came.
So
with the
whatever
DS.
fucking one came. It's probably what was it? Super Mario 3D? Must have been 3D.
Probably. No, I don't. Maybe. I just remember. Oh yeah, no.
Mario 64. I think that's what it's called.
No, she ended up grabbing Super Mario 3 from the Game Boy. Game Boy Advance, sorry. And then she ended up putting that inside her DS. And then I remember she kept playing that over and over and over again until she got she maxed out the lives and all the money.
Oh shit!
She maxed out everything in the game.
See, that's dedication.
There was actually another Mario game that I believe she did it for as well, but I can't remember. I'd have to text her and ask her.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so I'll be honest with you. That is probably one of the only games I really just like quit. Right?
Really?
Yeah, was Mario 64. I couldn't do it. Like
DS?
For the DS, yeah, because that was the first time I actually played that game. I know it came out for the Nintendo 64, right? But I never got to play it on the 64. But I had it for the 3DS, or sorry, not 3DS, DS, because it came with it, right? I just could not do it. I mean, yeah, I was young, but it's just like probably one of the only games where I just like, no, I'm not gonna play it.
See, like I can't relate. Every game I played, either wanted to beat it or at least progress far enough where I was like, okay, I'm satisfied. And if I didn't end up finishing the game, it was because another game came along and grabbed my attention and took a hold of it more.
Yeah.
But
see, that's my mentality too nowadays. It's like I will try to go through it.
Even Dark Souls, I did not like Dark Souls whatsoever, and people praise that game, but it's just clunky, shitty mechanics followed by skitty fucking one-shot bosses is not fun for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you have to skillfully dodge or some shit like that.
Not even skillfully. There's no skill. It's just luck. It's just annoying sometimes. I think I was listening to a podcast, the Snark Tank. Shout out to you guys. But the guy Chris said as soon as my sword was hit the wall and bounced back, but their swords were able to go through the wall and hit me, that's when I stopped playing. I'm like, yep. I was like, I remember that specifically. I'm like, I immediately I was like, that's stupid. That's a dumb mechanic. Why would they have it like that? I still ended up beating the game. It was also super fucking frustrating and difficult. I had my friend help me out on very few parts, but for the most part, I did it alone.
Yeah.
But I still got through the game. But even then, I was like, okay, I'm done with it. I don't have to touch it ever again. actually on the flip side of that, when I played Final Fantasy Crisis Core for the PSP, I remember not liking it at first because I didn't like the combat, but eventually like I was like so bored, like I came back to it, beat the whole game, and I was so devastated at the end of the game that as soon as the game was done saving, I took it on my PSP and I just tossed it, and I was like, I don't ever play that game again. It was so heartbreaking. It was so heartbreaking. For those of you who don't know, you just Google like or YouTube, type in YouTube like Final Fantasy Crisis Core ending. So good. Even if like with like no context, it's still like a really good like ending.
Yeah, no, I never had that with Final Fantasy. I was never really into it. I mean, I knew it because of like Kingdom Hearts, but that was about it. Like that was the basis of my knowledge for Final Fantasy. I still don't understand any of the plot.
Oh yeah. Like I'd want to get like into Final Fantasy. I play the older games, but I just don't like turn-based combat. Like I've never been a fan of it. I mean, I guess Pokemon's is the closest it comes, but like even then, I'm like, hurry up. But
I mean, that's Pokemon at least because you're catching, you know, and you're kind of like you're training at the same time.
Yeah.
And then you're working towards like, you know, being a badass Pokemon trainer, right? Whereas it's like Final Fantasy, it's like you're just trying to finish a story.
Speaking of like Pokemon, like I'm excited for Temtem to like really like launch, and like I'm getting Temtem because from what I've heard, it's like it's not gonna be like Pokemon where Pokemon just kind of holds your hand throughout the whole game. It's gonna be more of just like it's gonna be like a real fucking game. It's gonna challenge you to like really think about what you're gonna have to do when you're just playing against the AI, because if the AI don't fuck around.
Yeah, they don't. I think it was with like Fruit's like gameplay of it, right? Oh my god, that some of the shit you go through, right? For with the AI is just like they will fuck you over, and then like you yourself again with the stamina system, right? That changes the game completely, just because like you really have to like think, will I use this attack? Like, you know, just keep on like, you know, this is the weakest attack. You know, this Pokemon, or sorry, Temtem is weak too, right? Am I gonna spam this type attack, or will I just, you know, kind of hit it once, resolve, right, a little bit, wait, and then hit it, right? Or, you know,
there's just gonna be a lot more thinking than just spamming like your best move over and over again, getting your Pokemon to like at least like level 60, and then just plowing through the Elite Four.
Yeah. If you get Temtem, I'll get it, and we'll play it together.
Alright, we'll do a co-op playthrough. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Because that's the nice thing, is like you can do co-op in that game. It's an MMO. It's an actual MMO, and we don't have to go through it alone. You know.
And like, I really won't care like if it's like that polished or that good of a game. Honestly, like I'll still support it because I want this game to get enough support where Pokemon has to be like, okay, like we need to like step up our shit and like get our asses into gear, and like exactly, either change the formula or add shit that are that everyone's been asking for fucking years. Again, like an MMO type style, or like a co-op playthrough. I think that'd be really fucking cool. And making the AI harder, or making a difficulty setting or something, because it's just ridiculously easy.
Yeah, like what is it? It's this, you know, Sword and Shield, right? It pretty much held your hand throughout the whole thing.
Well, yeah, and they also cut like a bajillion Pokemon.
Yeah, and they cut a bajillion Pokemon. But I mean, the Pokemon selection that they had was okay. I wasn't too mad about it, if anything.
I haven't played Pokemon in a hot minute, so I can't really say anything.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I never actually finished Shield.
Oh. See, I'm trying to look back and think of like games I haven't finished, but then I think the only one in recent memory is Kingdom Hearts, but like that's because it's like I just don't have time.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I remember when you started like streaming it, and then that one dude came in and just started
Demon Slayer. That's what we were gonna talk about.
Oh, Demon Slayer. That's right. You just finished Demon Slayer. How do you feel,
dude? Easily because there's only been one season, so I can't really like throw it like in the top 5 anime, but so far it's like really well done. From like the very first like episode in, you're really like tied to these characters, or to your like to the main character.
Yeah.
And then like as the story like goes on, like it's just so Zenitsu needs to die. I'm sorry, he needs to go. I am so over Zenitsu.
What if he?
If
What
those
if
of
he
you who
changed?
don't-
What if he changed his his character,
If-
like
if-
stop
if
whining?
if he just stopped whining and stopped bitching and crying, every scene and every second of every fucking episode that he's in, if he changed that, I think I'd approve. At least tone it down by like 20%, because God, it is like him crying how he's gonna die, even though there's no reason for him to worry whatsoever.
He just whoops ass. Like,
Yeah. Inosuke is probably my favorite though, because
Oh,
he's just a fucking wild savage and just wants to fuck shit up and just wants to be like the strongest guy.
you gotta love his sword. It's just like fucking
All broken.
It's no, it's not broken. It's
Serrated.
serrated. Yeah, it's just fucking serrated.
And he gets like a brand new sword. He gets a rock and just starts breaking it immediately. But yeah, really good. I honestly thought like it was gonna be like a little like overhyped, but it totally like met the hype. I was thoroughly impressed with the animation, with everything, with the story, and like I can't wait to like see where it goes. I was actually a little disappointed with like how little there was. There's like 26 episodes.
Yeah.
I spent literally all of yesterday just watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I started like at 8 a.m.
Oh God.
and I just watched all day.
Uh-huh. How did you?
It's so good.
Yeah. How did you feel about like the breathing technique? You know, like, would you think like that's an actual thing?
No, fucking cool. Oh yeah, I mean technically it is a thing, but you're okay. I saw your lights go out.
Pause recording. Hold on.
Did your light just die? Okay, sorry for the technical difficulties there, folks. We just we were just experiencing some weird shit that happened to him. But fuck, what you just asked me something about Demon Slayer?
I asked you about like the breathing techniques. Like, would you like think like that's an actual thing? Or
Technically, that's a real life thing, because like when you're like lifting weights, you really need to like focus on your breathing to get the weight up, and then pretty much when you're doing anything that requires a lot of focus, you just need to focus on your breathing, which really helps. Like I mean, like when it comes to either meditation or when it comes to weightlifting, your breathing is everything. Actually, I was telling Matt, it's like, dude, when I go to the gym, but
yeah, see, yeah, we do that a lot in like karate too. It's like, or any martial art really, right? It's just like you learn to, and then let out. You know, that's the same thing for like weightlifting and shit.
But yeah, Demon Slayer is like a really good anime. And then actually, after I finished watching it last night, I was actually gonna start, because I was off today from work. But early this morning, I was like, okay, cool. It's like I finished a Demon Slayer. I'm gonna go sort of like watch the little recent season of My Hero Academia. And I got through like the first like 5 minutes, and I was like, it's not Demon Slayer. I don't want to watch this.
Oh yeah, I know. You do get into that. I got into that kind of point too with like Demon Slayer. Like after like during when I was watching it, it was just like it's not the same.
So
like,
it's such a good anime.
Yeah, and
Again,
just the animation alone was just fantastic. Yeah, and I think the plot, overall was just a fabulous
I can't wait to
plot.
see what they do with it.
Yeah.
The movie, Langan said the movie comes out in spring, so I'm totally down to see it.
They're gonna be on a train, and some sad, fucked up shit's gonna happen on the train.
I like how Skye was like, "What is this beast?"
Yeah.
He's like, "What is is this the conqueror of this land?" And everyone's like, "It's a train, you idiot."
Yeah. See, okay, I can't remember too much of it because it was like, what was it like last year when it released, right? And you just watched it, right? So it's like it's kind of fuzzy memory for me. I'll have to watch it again. But we all must protect Nezuko.
All of us.
All of us must protect.
Yeah, like even what they were doing with the whole Nezuko thing, I thought that was gonna get stale. Again, for those of you who don't know, essentially she just kind of got like slashed by a demon. Some of the demon blood gotten into her bloodstream, and now she's a demon.
Think of it as like a vampire.
But instead of just killing humans, she's been able just to like hold off and like not hurt anyone.
Basically, she's just sleeping for like months or something. I think it was like months to recover. Yeah.
It was like 2 years. The whole time
Yeah, something
fucking
like that,
Tanjiro
yeah.
was training, she slept straight for 2 years.
Just deep hibernation.
But yeah, again, super cool anime. I can't wait to see where they take it. And then up next on my list is My Hero Academia. So I'll just be watching that during my lunch breaks at work.
Yeah, you're gonna have a. I think the season was really good.
Really?
In terms of like Midoriya's, like his character arc, like kind of just building to the point where he's just like, he's. I don't want to spoil it, but like he just gets really destroyed, right, internally.
He has to build himself back up.
And he kind of just builds himself back up, but with some support from like, you know, the.
Okay, that's it. Enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but that'll be next on my list, and then after that, I'll probably start going back to like watching Bleach or Naruto and other stuff I just need to catch up on. People are like, oh, you can just like skip right to Shippuden. It's like I can't do that. The only thing I'll allow is like I'll skip fucking filler episodes.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing. That was probably like my one complaint like about Demon Slayer that doesn't like make it like season 1 at a 10 out of 10 in my head. It probably makes it like an 8 or like a 7.8 like in my head because some of the episodes were like I felt like they're like half filler episodes.
Oh yeah.
Who's the little spider boy? Is it Ryu?
I can't remember the names.
It's like
yeah,
it's
the Spider
like
Boys.
RUI. It's like Rui.
So,
We'll call him Ri. Anyway, Ri.
There you go.
No. Well, anyway, the little spider boy. They kind of gave him his backstory, like after he died, or as they were like killing him.
Okay, yeah, those kind of points in the story.
That was like weird for me. I was like, why? Like, I would have had that like probably at the beginning, or like towards the beginning of like either the fight or towards the beginning of that little arc.
Yeah.
But
they filled it up at one episode, like maybe like what 75% of an episode, right after the fight.
I was like annoyed by it.
And
I don't know. I felt like they just showed it way too late, like for me to even care. I was like, I wanted to skip it.
Yeah. At least you had the option to skip. When I was watching it, I was like, as it debuted. But would you be willing to take on One Piece? No. Just
I've heard way too much bad things.
See,
And plus, that's another long one I have to add to my backlog because right now again it's Naruto, Bleach, and then I have to watch Dragon Ball Z Super.
Yeah. So I think the one anime I haven't gone to, because I've gone through Naruto. I am caught up with One Piece manga and anime, and I just haven't like watched Bleach. Like Bleach, I didn't really care about. Same for Fairy Tail. Watch like the first 20 something episodes.
Dude, Bleach is just so hype sometimes though.
Yeah.
Dude. Like I remember like watching it like when I was at when I was like living at my parents' house, like it'd be on like on Toonami, it'd be like a fucking jumping up and down, like let's fucking go. Oh, dude, it's just so hype, dude. Some like in the music that they have for some of the fights, it's just so fucking cool.
I remember
just watching Ichigo just achieve like new fucking heights.
I remember what was it on I don't even remember on CartoonNetwork.com, right? They used to have Toonami on there, right? And they had like Toonami like video players, so you could like watch, like it was like the first, like the first time you could like watch things on.
I wasn't allowed to be on the internet for like the longest time.
You missed. Then you missed
I remember
out.
like I was like in middle school and I was like on YouTube. My parents were like, you don't need to be on YouTube, and like I wasn't allowed on the computer up until like late high school.
Oh god, okay, jeez.
Yeah, the internet is only for learning, and that is it, not for entertainment. I was like, okay.
I learned anime.
I missed out on a lot of things.
Oh jeez. Yeah, no, because like they had some really good animes at the time for Toonami, especially on that web player. Like they had Mare. Mare was pretty good. I learned how to play Go through an anime called Hikaru no Go. They had I can't say that. It's your favorite?
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah. That one I actually ended up watching later. Like I think I was like it was after high school, and there was like some free fucking illegal player, I could watch it on my phone. And
I do it all the time.
yeah, I know you do. I just go on Crunchyroll now. But yeah, I watched the entire thing and it ended on like a great note. And I thought it was like a really just fucking solid anime.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably like one of my favorite animes like of all time. I'd go back and rewatch, but there's so much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like Yu Yu Hakusho. Do you remember the anime, the guy who'd use the backward sword? It's very specific.
Yes.
Oh, you do? Do you remember what it's called?
Ryu, no something. I know he's a samurai. He has red hair.
Like the X on
He
his
has
face?
an X on his face. Yeah. I can't
If you remember
the
it,
name.
then
Yeah.
DM it to me. 'Cause it's probably another one I'm gonna watch. And I remember Knights of the Zodiac or Segura Seiya or something like that. That's what it was in Japanese. That's another one I need to watch. But I've never been able to find it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember like watching one episode at like super late at night. But I remember it was just so fucking hype. I'm like, okay, I need to get into this show. Big O, I watched every now and then. Inuyasha.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could not find like the last like couple of episodes of Inuyasha.
I could probably find it for you.
And then what else was I missing? I don't know. What was like the big animes like when we were in high school? I think it was just Naruto, like the basic ones, Naruto, Bleach, and I know Fairy Tail was on its uprising, and so was Attack on Titan.
Yeah, Attack on Titan. Right during high school, right? I had a paper to finish. Like it was like like for the next day, right?
Of course.
I stayed up. It was like I started watching it like at 12 midnight, right? And I was like I stayed up until like 4 because I binged the 8 episodes that were already out.
You know how lazy I am? I want to learn Japanese just so I don't have to read subtitles.
Oh
anymore.
no, same. That has like always been my goal, but I can't.
And so like I can
it.
have it like on in the background right here,
Yeah.
and I can just be playing or like doing whatever like on my main monitor. But like I just don't. I hate like that. Like I wanted to like watch Demon Slayer and do something, but it's like I need to read the subtitles just so I'm not gonna get what's going on.
Yeah, and you're missing out the beautiful animation. Come on. My dad's the same thing. Like right now, what he wants to do is like K-dramas. He wants to do exactly that. He wants to learn Korean.
It's funny. Reason. Socks just suggested that I start watching K-dramas.
You should. They're really good. Like production value wise and
I'm not
stories.
Into drama.
I mean, they don't necessarily have to be drama.
I want demons getting their heads cut off or bad guys getting their shit pushed in.
We could probably find you some. Because they're not all, drama. Yes, the word drama, right? Just, it's just a dramatic action, right? Or a dramatic play out of a
Sword
story.
Art Online. Sorry, I don't know why, but that reminded me of Sword Art Online because that's another one I need to finish.
Oh, you haven't finished Sword Art?
Because they took like a long hiatus, and because I remember I watched like season 1 and 2, and then I didn't watch season 3 and 4.
Oh,
I don't know if they're on 4.
Yeah, it's like Sword Art alkalization or something like that.
Yeah. See, I didn't. I got up to Gun Gale, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. I think I stopped at Gun Gale too. I was just like,
same.
I was just like, oh, I hate Asuna and Kirito's love is just too perfect. I'm just like,
how do you say her name?
Asuna.
I thought you said Asune. I'm like, that's not her name.
No, Asuna. Yeah, Asuna and Kirito. I'm just like, their love is just too perfect. I'm just like,
so cute. I know.
It's cute, but it's just I don't like it.
You know what also bothered me about anime? How everyone shouts out each other's name every episode. It's so irritating. Inuyasha was the worst when it came to that. Every episode is Inuyasha, go man.
Yeah.
Every episode, I'm like, all right, dog. We're 80 episodes in. We know your name. Stop it.
I don't know if you've gotten to that point yet of watching animes enough, right? But there's always a beach episode.
Oh yeah, always.
You can't get away from the beach
when you're
episode.
reading subtitles, have you seen the phrase "it can't be helped"?
Maybe. I
That's a phrase that shows up a lot, and it's because it's not there's no direct translation from Japanese to English, and that's the closest thing they can find. And so I heard it on the official podcast. Some guy mentioned that. I think it was early 2017, and ever since he said that, every time I see it, that's all I notice. Next time you're watching anime and you see it and you're looking at the subtitles, when you see "it can't be helped," just know it just means something in Japanese that we just don't understand.
Okay. What does mean?
There's no direct translation though, so you won't know.
There's no direct translation, but
Mhm.
okay. But I mean, like, is there not like shit?
Like a syllable for like word for word, like
Yeah,
what would it mean?
or does it like
I have
mean
no
like
idea.
dragon's tooth or some shit like that? You know, that kind of thing. You know,
No
that
idea.
derogative. Okay, well, I'll look that up then. Well, we kind of went into a little tangent of like anime. What else were we gonna talk about?
Well, since we're both from the Bay Area, we frequently take the transportation known as BART. I don't know, what does it stand for?
Bay Area Rapid Transit.
It's an electric train essentially, and some fucking ratchet shit happens on there. And I don't have too many stories. Woo's probably has like the most stories.
Just today,
But
there was a fucking dude puking on the train in a plastic bag, and half of the train, the car train, right, it's just left and like scooted to the other half.
hey, he's puking in a bag. It's not all over the place. And we just got like new like whatchamacallit, a train
out
carts.
here, yeah, out here in where we live.
But my story is like really like basic and simple, and like I wasn't even on the train. It was more so like we were waiting for our train, and some guy was just beating the shit out of this one girl. Like he kept like punching her in the face, and like
Jesus.
yeah, people were like went over like hey like break it up, and like they broke up, and then he got like one more fucking like swing on her.
Gotta get the
And
last one right.
And I was like,
Ugh.
oh Antioch, you'll never change, ever. I think it was in Pittsburgh actually.
Could be. It's one of the two.
But I haven't seen people pissing on there. I've seen some fucking assholes that like break dance like on the train car. And it's like I hope like the train cart stops immediately in the middle of like some fucking move he does. He like falls and like breaks his neck.
Or just starts flying.
No, I hope he breaks his neck. That way he's like a fucking vegetable.
Oh god.
And he's a lesson for everyone else to learn. Like don't fucking do that shit. Let people sit down. Stop bothering everyone. You're annoying. No one thinks you're cool.
Like I understand like
They
some
clap
of them,
so you can stop and go away.
yeah, I was like I understand like some of them like have like that like drive to be like I want to make it a happy transit for everybody by
I don't think
giving
anyone has a
them-
mentality who does
No.
that. I think everyone who does that, it's like I would just want attention.
I think so too, and I think it's just like it's the promotion for like their art or some shit like that, right?
Like if you're doing that
or
like
just
on the
monetary value.
on the platforms, fine, like whatever,
Yeah.
not really bothering anyone.
Not
But
on
you're
the
doing it on the
train.
car where there's not that much room, and you
Yeah.
need room in order to like do your little breakdance moves. So get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Or it's like, because I like to sleep on the train, and like I'm very protective. Like I will put my leg through my like bags,
I do
like
that too.
shit, right? And basically I will sleep. I'll just feel like this. I have a hood on. I have my hat on, right? I have headsets or not, these fucking little
Headphones.
shits, right? Earphones, and I'm knocked out. And every time like someone does that, it's just like, dude, just no, please, just. I have my own music, bro. Don't worry. I'm
Bart's
good.
like really helpful. They like getting like around like the
It
Bay
is.
Area because it can take from me. Like if I drove from here to San Francisco, like with like traffic and shit, like I'm not getting there for like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Like I can just take the train and like no matter what, I'm getting there within like 2. Within 2.
Mhm.
Sometimes like if there's a lot of stops and like what is it called when like they kind of just like stop the train kind of like for no reason? Oh, it's when other trains are changing tracks and they need to slow down.
Yeah, that or they're like they have to pick someone up, like another BART employee,
Yeah.
or driver per se. Like, cause sometimes they'll switch so that one driver can like go take a bathroom break. But yeah, no, they do that, and it's just like sometimes it's annoying, but like it's understandable. It's a human thing, right?
It's just faster, honestly, though, than regular transportation, and especially
Yeah.
like,
Although I do miss the comfort of my own car.
oh yeah, but then you have to pay a bridge toll, and you have to worry about other idiot drivers.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? But like, oh yeah, like taking like one like out from like Antioch all the way out there is how much?
Currently it's $8.
Like $8
but
bucks.
because I'm an FSU student, hey, shout out. We get it for half off whenever we stop or whenever we drop off, exit, or enter through Daly City Station. So after that, like if you hop on from Daly City, any station that you hop off at, right? Say like, you know, Concord or something like that, it's half off. So like for me, instead of it being $8, it's $4. I think it's actually $4.20 right now.
420, you got. God, I hate myself.
And that's why we hang you later. But yeah, no, it's really nice for like, at least for SF State. It's a really great incentive to like use BART, and I believe we also get Muni for free as well.
Yeah, but like let's see, it goes all the way out to Richmond to I think
Richmond,
Antioch, but I don't think it's going to Brentwood anymore.
It depends. They're working on a deal for it because they just don't want to participate in the power grid. For BART.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was the main thing. And our train is a gas train, unfortunately.
And then the
diesel.
And then it goes all the way out to Fremont.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's
Millbrae.
two there. One goes up to Fremont, and then there's another one.
Oh, it's is it Fremont? Wait. I don't know that one line that just goes like.
Yeah, there's it's like it goes like bam, bam. And there's two of them that go this way, and you have the ones that go out to SF or Millbrae, and Oakland, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes right to all to the Oakland airport, the SF airport, the Coliseum. It goes to like a lot of fucking like cool ass places. So you can just hop on BART and just go there.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, peak time on weekdays at least. This is what I've noticed, right? If you ever take BART and if you ever travel and visit here to the Bay Area,
don't go to Oakland.
don't take BART. Like at least from like 12 noon, right, to like around 4 o'clock. That's where I noticed like there's a lot of like weird people. Like that's like their chill hang time. Like right, it's like because you know it's noontime, the sun is right above us, right? So just
be aware of sporting events.
Really bad. And sporting events, yeah.
Well, I actually it's just the A's now. Oh, A's and Giants, but
yeah. I mean,
it
Giants
doesn't really take you to the. Yeah, it doesn't take you to their stadium.
Yeah, not to Levi's. But yeah,
That's
no,
dumb.
12 to noon, 12 to 4 is the best time to avoid, because like if you just go with like the fall route with the with like commute, like regular commute from the morning to like nighttime, it's like pretty much somewhat safe. It's not you're not encountering like the weird people. Knock on wood.
Yeah. Again, I only have like that one experience. Other than that, well, I guess two if you consider like the guy breakdancing, but
yeah, I've seen a dude peeing on the shit. I've seen a dude drunk, like the bottle was just like rolling around. It's still full, right? Just leaking everywhere. It smelled like wine. And then what was it? I think a dog shit on the train. Oh, I did catch a groper. And I did tell the girl who was getting groped, like, hey, you might want to wake up, right? And I was like to the dude, you might want to not do that, dude. And he's like probably like in his 60s or some shit like that, really old. I won't say the race or anything like that, but it's just, it's like, why are you doing such a
heinous crime?
In
broad daylight. In
broad daylight, yeah. And like literally, I could see you from the reflection from both sides of the windows of the train. Like, dude, you're not getting away with like, he's like putting his pinky on her leg and shit. She's wearing like leggings and shit, right?
What a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, and she was also an SF State student too. So it's just like, same way. She's like, okay. Such a, yeah. People are great.
Yeah, so BART, that's our little experiences with BART. Hopefully I don't have too many, but
yeah. I unfortunately go through it every week.
See, like another list of topics, we have concerts, and I've been to a couple. I think I've been to like a handful. How many have you been to, Wu? I don't think I've asked you.
A pose from every KCON concert since 2015. Let's see, I went to Boys to Men. I went to the Whisperers, Amber, Tiffany, J Park. I would say at least more than 20.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's more than me.
Yeah, more than 20. Maybe but like mine were sometimes like a lot more expensive compared to yours. Like KCON.
Mine are super cheap.
Yeah, KCON concerts are like super expensive, but like it's like you're getting like 14 plus, K-pop groups, right, in one concert.
Yeah, I'm getting like 40 plus like bands
I know, yeah.
in that fucking Warped Tour. Even at Self Help, I think it was like over 20. And like again, that's like it baffles me that some people like spend like over like 100, like $200 like on concert tickets to see like just one person and like three nobodies who opened for them. It blows my mind because like I'll go see like Motionless in White for I think tickets the most I've seen is like $30, and I just take Bart out to SF, hop on the train, and then take a little Muni, and then go there and have a fucking blast, and then hop on the train and go back home. But yeah, it's just like it would all cost me like under like $40. And then people were out there. I think my sister said she went to go see Drake, and these are like nosebleed tickets, and then she went like her and like three other friends, and it cost like almost $400. I was like, fuck that.
Oh, that's.
And
what?
the other thing too, it's like I don't want to pay for seating. Like I'm paying for general admission. I love mosh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't do it anymore. I'm too old.
I can't stand.
I love it.
Like I'll do it like once in a while, but like not.
Is it really moshing at K-pop concerts? So I don't see that.
It's not moshing. It's more like you're dancing with them. Like
no, moshing's a different animal.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's definitely not moshing.
And it's so cute now that what's it called? Not mumble rap, but this kind of like hype rap that's like going around right now, where people are just like screaming into the microphones with this like with like rap lyrics. And I think it's so cute that like they have like little mosh pits. People are like, yeah, I've never seen like a mosh pit like at a rap concert before. I'm like, yeah, because you got that from us. And it's just like, I don't know, some people were like, damn, this shit sounds good. I was like, you say that sounds good, but then you listen to my music and you say you can't understand what he's saying. It's like, okay. But then again, like those
like
concerts will cost like $100, $200, and then mine only cost like $30.
Yeah. Let's see, like, I understand like the justification for like that price. Like for like KCON, it's like maybe like 100 something, right? Just to go for like one night, right? And there's like 2 nights, but I think in terms of like for K-pop, it's like I get my money's worth for it all, just because it's like how often do you see all these groups at one time? Because they're all with like different companies and stuff like that. It's like same for like Warped Tour, right? And all that.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I know. Rest in peace. It's gone. It's not doing it anymore.
They do technically a Warped Tour, but it's just a smaller version. It doesn't go on as long. It doesn't like go to as many places. But the only thing that does like about like some of these concerts, like Self Help, is like it's only like in San Bernardino. Like I wish it was like in San Francisco or something.
It's only in that one spot.
Yeah, well, I think it's like it's a couple spots, but like they're not like in the Bay Area. They're usually like in LA.
Yeah, that's the thing I noticed. Like most concerts are always in like LA. Like there's like a lot of EDM concerts or some shit like that in like LA too. Like they're barely in the
Coachella
or Coachella. There's that one.
That's another one.
It's interesting how popular it's gotten, right? To the point where it's just like it has so many big name artists there now.
Or like EDC has like what? Like,
yeah.
I think EDC tickets are like $1,200 a pop.
I think.
And like you got me fucked up.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never been one for going to like those kind of concerts. I don't know.
If you need drugs to enjoy your music, then your music's not that good. I'm sorry. And then some people are like, oh, you don't need drugs to enjoy it. And those people are usually like the cracked out ones who are retired from the drugs. They're just constantly high.
Like pre-game drugs and shit.
How are we doing on time, Will?
Oh, shit. Oh, it's like 50 minutes already.
50 minutes? Oh, Jesus Christ.
We're good at this.
Okay. Well, we're sorry we have to cut this episode, I guess, not short, but cut it off abruptly. But I have work I have to be up in like 4 hours.
Yeah, it's 1 a.m. here for us. But
we just want to get the recording done out the way so that we're kind of not like rushing last minute, because we care about this podcast. We want to keep it going. We've been weekly. For what? This will be episode 5.
So far, yeah, I've been able to keep it weekly. Like just episode 4. Yeah, episode 4. I cracked out on like within like a whole night. I was just like, I'm getting this done.
Yeah.
And I got it done with like 2 days or like maybe
Good job,
a night.
man.
But yeah, no, thank you guys for watching us tonight, or today, or whatever the fuck you guys are at.
I want to do the outro. Thank
you very much for this
episode of the Paragone podcast. Technically not a shorter episode, just a -1 person because Matt doesn't like to do his homework on time.
Yeah, Matt,
anyway,
or we couldn't get another guest on.
Speaking of guests, if there's anyone you guys want to see or anyone who'd be willing to do the podcast, fuck, if any of you guys want to hop on, we're pretty much open to anything, but you have to work around our crazy time schedule because again, we're recording like at 1 a.m. by the way.
Yep. And please, if you guys have any like suggestions for like things
Content?
we should like talk about, yeah, because I mean it's always like for us it's always been like we shoot the shit, right? It's like we're just like
Shoot this shit, go on tangents.
Yeah, and we're just like this anime when we didn't even plan, we just did it. So yeah, if you guys have any comments, please let us know.
Yeah, leave it down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Again, all of our stuff's gonna be inside the comments. Our comments are in the description, such as our Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. We appreciate all you guys for watching, and yeah, we hope you guys have a great night. Have a good one, guys. A great night. What the fuck? I'm in streamer mode right now. Anyway. Have a good morning, good evening, and good night wherever the fuck you guys are. Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Bitch, that's mine.